Love this demo. Coming up on today's Retro Robin Show, we're going to go to part 2 of issue number 58 of Crash 1988, November as a matter of fact, when Crash was £1.50. Oh, that was in the last show, but I thought I'd better repeat myself in case you forgot. Yeah, there's 1 or 2 games that I couldn't fit in the last show, so I've rolled them over to this show. We're going to have a blast from a past. Yes, a game suggested to me to try and play. One that's not talked about very often nowadays, but it's not a bad game in itself. As I've got to play it a little bit, I found a few quirks, more Commodore versus Spectrum, and a look at 1 or 2 new games. So join me now for a bit of retro fun on the Retro Weekend with the Retro Robin Show. I think I'll listen to this for a minute. Welcome to the Retro Robin Show with me, Wayne. So, if you love a bit of 8-bit, well, we're in the right place because I'm a big 8-bit fan just like yourselves. What's on today's show? Red Shift? Well, we're going to shift something red. No, it's a good game actually, and I quite like the way it loads. Oh look! I blame Ben Vaseline Intensive Care, sorry Ben Vastine, for this because he got me into watching this SpaceX and Elon Musk. So I got myself a t-shirt, I quite like it. It's cool, isn't it? Don't you think? No? Okay. Also, we're going to have a look at a couple of a mixed bag of games. We're going to tie up the loose ends from Crash number 58 and look at a couple of games that I missed out in the last episode that I really could have done with covering. Unfortunately, I tried to fit everything inside an hour, so I tried to cram an awful lot in there. And of course, as always, we'll have a little bit of Commodore versus Spectrum. I've done so many games now, I kind of forget which games I've done on Commodore versus Spectrum. A bit of retro fun, a bit of retro madness for the weekend with me, Wayne. So, what game are we going to talk about first? There's a game that's kind of like Marmite, you're either going to love or hate it. However, it's a real-time game. And I'm not very good with real-time games. Some of you would say I'm not very good with most games. In fact, pretty much all of them. No, I'm actually quite good at some games. You're good at the games you play the most, of course. And some of the games I've really got into, I've really played a lot of. Also, let's throw a blast from the past. Yes, we're going to have a look at a retro game that may have been forgotten about. So yeah, it could be a new feature even. Blast from our retro past with me, Wayne, of course. I've even got a jingle for it already, how about that? So, let's get on with it and have a look at today's first game. Oh, before we move on to any of that, usual drill, real Commodore for Commodore versus Spectrum. We've got quite a few computers using the sound today. Toast Rack will provide 1 AY sound. The Spectrum Plus 2 128K, the darker one of the two, the Amstrad one, shall we say, well they're both Amstrad ones, aren't they? We'll be playing an AY sound, as well as, I don't know if you can see this huge big TV behind me. We're going to have a bit of Bionic Commando music all queued up, ready to play. That'll be coming from the Mighty Plus 3. I'll tell you what, I'll even mix it up. I'll chuck a Mega Drive track in there as well, see if you can spot it. Oh, you're bound to, of course. Anyway, let's reset the computer. Told you I was going to queue up Bionic Commando, didn't I? Right, I want to have a look at the loading sequence of this game, because usually games are just saved in the standard way. Nobody really adventures. But on this occasion, and I'm not going to entirely subject you to the complete loading, obviously, Red Shift is the name of the game. It's got a nice logo to it. It's also got a nice way of loading. It's a hyperload. I love it when people experiment with the way games load. That's really up my street. You will have a few autofocus problems just here because there's a blank screen and my camera's got nothing to focus on. Which in the meantime will zoom in for you. And that's high technology for zooming, that is. And we're at launch. T-minus something or other. Let's move me out of the way. Oh. Put my fingers over the lens then, didn't I? Nice loading screen, nice way of loading. I like the little colour bars at the bottom which it represents normally on the sidebar. That's obviously fake, isn't it? It's not real. But yeah, bitmap software to 2019. Oh well, judging by the loading screen, you pretty much can see what we're going to get. We're going to get a shoot 'em up, and I'm loading the 1 to 8K version. So I'm just going to pause this now and mute that sound, and we'll quickly do a bit of quick editing, and we'll show you the game fully loaded. Oh, the power at my fingertips. Okay, loaded. It just goes across like that. We're going to have a look at the English version because I'm English. Let's just pause the music in the background. I need to mute this from my remote. Big TV behind me now. Redshift. It's Earth. The year is 2099 2. Are we ready to carry on with this game and just redo everything as now? We're going to play it, aren't we? Hopefully you can hear that nice and loud. I end up turning up too loud anyway. I think I'll use Kempston. Is it design issue? Not bad actually. Just leave it on the screen for a minute while you enjoy the A1 music provided. Go there, assembling the old craft. I do like this. I do like a little story before you actually play the game. Now we need sound. No, I think it's automatically going to go to controls number 2 and number 2 Kempston joystick. We can change the sensitivity really. That's cool. It's cool. You can redefine the keys. We'll redefine them. Why not? Oh look, if you don't know your left from your right, you've got a handy little arrow you can use. That's better. Additional. Right. So now I need to use something for a bomb. Support. So I'm using ZX. Pause. We'll use H for hold. E for exit quit. And we're ready to play the game. So, we need to press 1. Bear in mind, this is the first time I've actually played this game. Let's give it a go. Oh yeah, you've got to choose, haven't you? So, we'll go for the 2. Okay, I'm pressing any key. I think we need to kill the sound off in the background while we launch. Oops. Nice launching sequence. Rapid fire is useful. It does actually remind me of Excellent again. Similar sort of scroll to Excellent as well, nice and smooth. Oh, you can definitely see the bullets. So you don't get destroyed, you just lose your shield. You can collect those obviously. So I've now got a wing on what seems to be on my ship. I don't want to lose that out. Haven't we got a real... Yeah, it's so like Exelon, isn't it? Oh, you can also shoot your power-ups by mistake, can't you? No? Okay. Well, I've got to be honest, this is really playing nice at the moment. Really smooth, very responsive. Scrolling's lovely, the sprites are nice and easy to see. The bullets are easy to see, they're not too ridiculously fast, but it's not ridiculously hard. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't like the fact I've just lost a shitload of shield, that's Change backgrounds. I wonder if I'm actually getting to the end of the first level yet. Oh, I got support. I didn't mean to press that, but you know. How many times I've lost something anyway, haven't I? You can actually fly into the points, can't you? Maybe I shouldn't have used that up so early. Ah, so my little helper there is doing all the work for me. That's super easy. Ah, I've got my other wing now, but I lost my first one. So if I can get the first one, we can have a complete vehicle. However, that does mean oh, I took a hit there. Very, very nice game indeed. I took another hit there. Right. I've lost my helper. Ah. And now I'm taking a bit of a beating. So I must be close to ending the first level, surely. These are quite nice long levels, aren't they? Oh, I'm surrounded by bullets here. However, I've still got a sizable bullet range at the moment. There's the other one. I've got a complete ship, haven't I? Or is there more to collect? Who knows? Wow, look at that. Look at the firepower I have now. That's really nice. Come on, we can do this. Oh, I've lost both my wings. Oh, now something's happening. Something's happening. Something's amiss. Some of them missiles actually homing on it, don't they? Oh, I took a hit. I took 2 hits there. Come on. Oh, I've got one of them down. Two of them. I don't normally do this well, by the way, on the first go of any game, so them bullets do follow you slightly, so bingo! Okay, let's give it a rating. It's a really nice responsive game. Great graphics, great scrolling, and nice AY sound. That's got to be a Retro Robin special. And for the first go, didn't I do well? Ten out of 10. One for you to play. I really enjoyed it. I really did enjoy that game. Oh, quality shoot 'em up that was. And how fun was that? And how well did I do? That's not me. Someone call a paramedic. Retro Robbins has done well at a shoot 'em up. Okay, we're going to go for a blast from the past. Yeah. Highlighted there is a game suggested to me by Nigel. Once we have a look at it, give it a review. I've played this before. It's a bit on the grounds of Elite, sort of. Slightly different. It's called Mercenary. We're going to load the tap file. Hopefully, it's a 48k game, so we can have a look in it. 48, I believe. Wasn't a multi-loader. Okay, we could use Kempston, can't we? So I'm going to do that. So at the bottom you get a scrolling message. You will launch into space and then we'll crash land on a planet. That's a bit loud, that beeper. that should be loud enough. So it's kind of like a real-time game, but not quite. And we'll be rapidly approaching a planet or a moon, I don't know, didn't quite read it up. Unable to correct, mate. And now we're going to crash land. There's a map there coming up rapidly. And those little dots, I believe, is somewhere you've got to get to. So we can have a look around. So by using the joystick we can go forwards. It's sort of heading that way, but I think we need to go this way first of all, because if we follow this landing strip down here, that's the control tower. There is an airplane. You've got so many credits you can spend. Yes, I want to buy this. Transaction complete. So now I've bought that, I can be able to fly once I learn how to get in it, of course. And I think you just need to enter it on your space 0. Shall I have a little look around first? Why not? See what that is. That does look like the control tower to me. Well, I can hit the drums if I want, shouldn't I? Didn't time that very well. Oh, back to the game. Yes, if you've already guessed, I've used a Mega Drive for a change. And a great game on the Mega Drive is playing behind. It's called Spot. And right now, how do I get into the ship? Aha! So now we've got on the runway, and I think so there I can definitely fire. So all I need to do now is accelerate, isn't it? Speed up. So there's something I've got to do. I've got to work out what to do. I haven't played this in such a long time. Got to go to the wrong way, haven't I? Oh, now we're moving. I think you can check the map at any time. I think I am actually flying, so I've taken off. Yep, there we go. And we can bank left and right. And there's a dot in the distance, so let's head towards there. And I think in this game as well, if you're flying around long enough, I don't know if I'll find it. I've got to find it where the map is, haven't I? I think, is that it? Could that be it? Yeah, there's a building there, so we're going to fly past, well, not into it. Oh, super easy, barely an inconvenience that, wasn't it, eh? It's quite responsive. It's a game that you've got to really play a number of times to get used to it. It's very enjoyable. There's a number of tasks to do. I'm looking for the Commodore sign, and the reason why is, if you fly by the Commodore sign and you shoot the Commodore sign, a little message comes up at the bottom. I think they're anti-Commodore, the programmers, aren't they? Because it comes up, good show! I think I'm going to crash into the bridge. Anyway, we can go up a bit higher, and I believe there's a ground in space apparently. So so nice little simulation of the flight, to be fair, and it's, you know, it's quite smooth. I don't know how to speed up though. I'm running out of fuel, aren't I? Can I speed up any? My altitude's going up. My speed's only at 140. I need to... Oh, I see. I've just lost my speed, so I've kind of effectively landed. What do I think of the game? Yeah, it's hard to say because it's an old game, but it's just, you know, it's not quite in the grounds of Elite. It's a bit Marmite, shall we say. You either love it or you hate it. I kind of like it. It's a bit slow moving for me. I like a bit more of an action game, but definitely worth a play. The game's called Mercenary, and I highly suggest if you've got a bit of time on your hands and you want to give this a game and learn to what to do, it's well worth it because it's a game that's really well done, to be fair. Really well done and quite fun to play. There's a few experts and there is a walkthrough as well on the YouTube, so if you want to find out what to do, you can always watch the walkthrough. And I believe quite early on in the walkthrough, because it's quite a long game, it takes about an hour and 10 or hour and 20 perhaps, you'll see him shoot the Commodore sign. Sorry Commodore guys, we're friends aren't we still? Okay, let's move on to another game I want to have a look at. Another blast from the past. Well, not such a long ago past, quite a recent past actually. Reset the computer then. I was going to use the tap file. I think we'll go for the tap file, shall we? I'm not sure this is a 1 to 8K game, so I'll try it in 1 to 8K. If it fails, we'll try it in 48K game. It's another game that I haven't played. 1990s. Ooh. We have a name, won't you? Shall I zoom in a bit more? Get a nice big picture there. Let's just there we go. I'll have to drop my seat as well. Cutting off my head. I want to get my picture of my shirt in, don't I? Can redefine the keys, which we could do, I suppose. I'll tell you what we should do now. We're going to use Kempston. Forgot it was in the family language. And we'll start. Better get some music on. Let's get a feel of it. Wow, what a jump that is. So it's a side-scrolling shoot 'em up by those things. Oh, she's not got a boy. Oh, wow, look. She can. By pressing down and fire, you do. You can hit him with the butt. Hit him with the butt of the sword there, can't you? She doesn't look like she's got any pants on, does she? And she probably hasn't, actually. Oh, I've got these coders. Or should we say graphic designers? Oh, I've got sorted off. So the best way to do it is just to walk into them and hit them hard first. Oh, I took a bit of damage then. I'm not going to get that scroll. I'll tell you what, these very nice graphics, aren't they? And I've got killed again. Just not very good at this game. I timed that well. Come on, you want some too? Aha, there's a new movement. Oh, someone's throwing an arrow at me, so I was meant to jump over that. Oh, there's an arrow that shoots out the tree, I see. Okay. Okay, now I'm in trouble because I've got to really... Oh, it wasn't too bad. What is it? Looks like a crocodile. Cross between a crocodile and a turtle. Now that's where I need to jump over there, and I've just got hit by an arrow. So those arrows are quite instant death. Well, that's the name of the game. It was a quick brief look at it. It's not what I've seen before, however, it does look good. It does scroll quite well. So yeah, I'm going to give that a go, further go and investigate, and then I'm going to come back and give it a rating the next show. So we got to Crash number 58, and I didn't get to tie up all the loose ends. Have you guessed what game it is in the background? One of my favourites for the Mega Drive, which is provided a bit of music as well. That was, of course, Aladdin. Excellent game, brilliant game, love it. Let's re-review some more games from out of Crash number 58. Well, particular one in particular, if we get time, we'll do another one as well. So, in the last episode of the Retro Robin Show, we reviewed games from out of Crash number 58, November 1988, and here we have a game called 2088. So there's a couple of games that I wanted to have a look at in depth, starting with this one and then moving on to another one, especially the other one, we wanted to have a look at and give it a rating. So they didn't give it a full listing rating back in Crashing this day. They gave it, shall we say, the essentials, which graphics was given 26% on this particular game, and the playability, if I remember rightly, was given 48%. That's right, yeah. And addictive quality is 39%. Its overall rating was only 40%. I had to use my brain and think then. Oh well. So we're going to have a look at this game now and give it a play. You can have one or two players obviously, and you press fire to start. And QAOP and M for fire. Rapid fire is achieved by you constantly pressing the button as fast as you can. Oh. Now the death sequence is a bit weird because he just literally... he gets all over the screen blasted, to be honest, so there's two things you need to avoid on the edge of the screen. They fire lasers at you. There's also little blocks and there's a countdown going on. And I'm already down to how many lives? 2 already? Yeah, I'm ready. I was born never ready. It's kind of like a reverse of a Snake game, isn't it, where you're actually destroying the snake rather than building one. Does it get easier? Ooh. I find there's a lot going on the screen, and if you're not careful... I'm being followed. Collision's not too bad. I can't destroy him now, and he's following me up. Level bonus, so I've got through the first level. It looks like you get beamed up to some sort of a craft, or you enter some sort of a craft, before you move on to the next level, which will be just literally a dodging them game. And we have to start all over again. Excuse me for coughing there. So, it was given a very low rating. There isn't much in the way of the sound, there is the sound effects. Is it playable? In a strange type of way, yes. It seems to be an awful... I mean, at one minute, your screen's populated with so many different items. I find it quite confusing. Them little bats along the side though can be quite annoying, because you very often lose a bit of energy or fly into one of them zappy things. These you have to destroy because they block your bullets. Okay, yeah, I'm going to totally agree with Crash on that. It was only a 4 out of 10. Could have done better, and yeah, that's about it for that one. Let's move on to the next game then. Next game is called Superhero, and it was given graphics 70, playability 70, addictive quality 66%, its overall rating was 68%, so I don't hold much hopes out for this game. We will load the 48k version. There's no real difference between that and the 1 to 8k. There's your loading screen. It's black and white, and when it loads it's the opposite colour around until it drops the attributes in. I guess they just wanted to show off. You've got your usual keyboard, Kempston or whatever. I'm going to go for 2, and you'll probably notice it's a Codemasters game. However, it's very similar to an Ultimate Play the Game Nightshade in the way that the walls disappear. You'll see the game now. Let's give it a go. And also you've got those disappearing pixel, which a fair few number of games did. So there you go. Your graphical background's quite nice. And as you can see, you've got the usual disappearing walls. It's quite sluggish on the scroll. I mean, you can't do anything while it's scrolling. But before you can do anything at all, you need to be out, because you can't jump or anything until you find a very special pair of shoes. So you need to first of all hunt them out. Usually if it's stationary and it's in the middle of your field, don't touch it because it will probably kill you, except for all those sort of blocks there. So triangular sort of diamond shaped blocks, if you walk into them you die. And then we've got the shoes for jumping, which you can't jump very high if that's... I've just tried to jump over that and failed. Annoying bleeper sound. So now we've got those, we were able to jump. And you will probably come across a few puzzles in the game, much like Night Law, where you jump up in different, because it's so slow and so poor reacting. See, for instance, you couldn't get any further without the shoes, because you need to be able to jump on these platforms here in order to go onto other screens. And now that you are on the other screen, so you'll be able to proceed a little bit further into the game. And be wary, because although you get lots of robots and that, random things appear from nowhere, which kind of makes it annoying. And nothing appears. Now this is the first real puzzle, and you've got the usual collapsible platforms, and you have to be quick and basically press jump instantly, else you know that is really hard to get to. Because it's so slow moving, the platforms usually sunk down before you've had a chance to move up a level. We'll give it another go. Right, move nice and close. Jump. Jump again. And we haven't even made it. So yeah, it's annoying to say the least. What do I think of the game? Well, it's too sluggish for my liking. It's not that bad, it's dreadful, but it's just a bit unfair on the way things appear on you, and you haven't got a clue what's in the next screen until you're virtually in the screen, because nothing appears. The whole lot disappears. And if you ain't careful, you'll just instantly walk into the die. Ah! Okay, graphically, like the background, yeah, it's always nice to see lots of populated artwork in the back there. Too slow moving, monotone colour. Obviously that eliminates any potential problems in colour clash. Looks like there's something there we can push. No, we can die. What am I going to give it as a rating? Got 68%, effectively 7 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10 because I didn't like it, to be honest. Once you've played Nightshade compared to this, it makes Nightshade, in my books, a crash smash, if you like. Which it wasn't, I'm not sure it was or not, but interesting sprites though. Some of them are just stationary and just spin around, as you can see there. Others just stay in the one area, but unfortunately they can actually appear where you're standing. So, with that given, let's move on to Commodore vs Spectrum, the last feature in today's show. Hope you enjoyed watching it. So, what have we got in store for you today? Let's have a look now. Look at Overlander. Overlander for the Commodore and Overlander for the Spectrum. Elite from 1988, of course. This is a game where you're driving that vehicle, and there's the usual Commodore trait that the screen will disappear when it's getting close to the end of its loading. And on this case, we've got all sorts of speckly lines going on, and in a blue colour. We'll have this compared to the Spectrum version and have a look at the sound on both, which will be just effects, to be fair, so, you know. In the meantime, we'll cut straight to the game. But before we do that, let's have a look at the loading screen on the Spectrum version. And there you go, the Commodore one's slightly better, isn't it? Because you can see the big gun on it and that. Right, we've got a sound clash. So you've got an intro music, you get to redefine your keys. Let's turn it up. So let's do the keys option, shall we? Move right. Weapon select. It's always interesting, I'll go for the X. H for hold, E for exit, and we're ready to play the game. So you've got a nice colourful dash at the bottom there, which is obviously going to be there now to show you your miles per hour and of course your revs. And I presume I'm going to put automatic. And we'll go straight for the game. Let's get into it, shall we? Top secret. Okay, right. We can buy all these, can we? How much credits have I got? Not many, not enough. We got one of those. So you're basically getting some weapons together, aren't we? Extra life's a lot of money, isn't it? What else? What else do we need? Oh, I can't have armor plating. Okay, finishing. Let's get to the game. So I can change to those fire weapons. Whoa, so basically you've got to destroy any of them. I presume I'm trying to outrun the copper. There's a lot of wreckage on the road, isn't there? Oh, it's just like the M5. Come on. I only ever see crashes in my rear view mirror, never actually called them. Oh! Actually, that's quite fun. Smooth, interesting explosion. I'm not too sure about the sprite of the car graphics. It's got three. Oh, I didn't get a chance to show you before though. It was tragically destroyed. Now, usually with racing games, the Commodore does do kind of better than the Spectrum. The sound's slightly good. The background's okay. And if I could go more than 30 flipping yards without crashing, I'd be happy. But I'm just getting no joy at all. Ah, so I've used a flame. So well, this was a nice long straight, and that makes me happy because that means I stay on the road without crashing. The hills are quite well done. We're going to come across a bend in a minute, surely. Ah, it tells me to change down gear. So I need to slow down in order. He crashed himself. But right, they'll crash, won't they? Do I have to row him off the road? Is that the idea? Got him! That was like a shot from zero range. I got him as well. I'm getting good at this now. So if this camera's wobbling a bit, I am hitting the fireboard quite hard for responsiveness. Yeah, okay, I like it. Well, that's the Spectrum version of the game. Let's put that on hold and have a look at the Commodore version of the game. For that we need to just quickly change the input. And I think we're there now. A demo there. Oh. So bad basic with Bones YouTube channels sometimes. Right, I've got the joystick in. Not such a colourful display at the bottom this time round, but it's got a more metallic steel look to it. Sync sounds pretty good, to be fair. Oops. I've got my, you know, preparation is a wonderful thing, Wayne. Perhaps you should try doing it one day. Got my controller trapped. Okay, get an intro screen. And this time you get a scrolling down of what you want to select. But we can't buy extra rockets because I've only got a certain amount, okay. Exit to Overlander, let's go for the game then, shall we? I like the tune in the background. The graphics of the car, yeah, slightly better, aren't they? Oh look, I get 2 explosions, 1 for each tyre. And as always, I did say when it comes to racing games, Spectrum barely do well. Out of fuel, I didn't get enough fuel. I think I've seen enough. Let's give it another go, why not? Right, okay. I've got a rocket here right now. I might actually get something this day. Gotta keep an eye on my fuel this time round. Oh look, you can steer the explosion. I didn't notice you can do that. I'll show you that in a minute. Yes, I got one. Oh. So I've probably got to shoot them full fuel, have I? Look, see, you can steer your explosion, how about that? No, that's not the case. You've just got to avoid them. So you don't get that part in the Spectrum. Get off the road, yes. Don't see many hills, but I can see there's a turn coming up. Bouncing off him. Out of fuel again. I've seen enough. So, what's going to be better? Commodore or Spectrum? Here comes my verdict. Ow! I like steering my explosions. Okay, the reason why I was running out of fuel is I didn't buy enough at the start, so I soon rectified that. I gave this game a bigger play. I really would like to have given it the Spectrum. Spectrum's graphics are sharper. The scrolling, neat trick on the Commodore with the colours. The only thing that's really scrolling is not the background, obviously. It's just the black and white, red and white bars. Until they have to move around the corner. The Spectrum, the background moves. This game is very playable. What makes it slightly better, I'm getting nubs off here, is the fact that you've got that great sound. The only way to stop yourself getting nubbed off the road, look. And Spectrum one's easier, but it's more colourful at the bottom. So it was a really, really tough choice today to choose which one I wanted to actually give the credit to. The autofocus will play up there, but on this occasion I've decided, just that music, that SID sound makes it. The AY sound doesn't have that music, but it does have a sound effect in the Spectrum version. But yeah, the music's not repetitive, and as you get further on into the game, it gets a little bit more playable. I have done better than what you've actually seen recorded. Anyway, so on this occasion, I've given it to Commodore, and giving Commodore a 4 in a row, I believe. No, 3 in a row victory. I've overcounted. To counteract the Spectrum's 3 in a row, now Commodore have a 2 lead, if I remember rightly. I need to go and check on it now, figures. As always, it's been a pleasure creating a show for you to enjoy over the weekend. Remember, if you've not seen this show before and you like it, hit the like button. Don't hate on the video, as OJ would say. He started doing Commodore versus Spectrum as well recently. So it's good to see him re-reviewing some of the games that I've done in the past and getting a different take on it and a different version. Slightly different to me though, because he does have a look at the arcade version, where I tend to have a look at the version. You're getting a bit loud, Joss. I do go a bit loud sometimes. I tend to look at the version between the two computers themselves. He does various other computers, so that's worth a watch if you haven't watched him already. So yeah, as you can see, I think that usually racing games on the Commodore tend to be a little bit better. However, there are exceptions, and we'll go into detail on a later show. As always, from me, Wayne, it's nice to have you watching. Please like, subscribe and share. As always, in the meantime, depending on when you watch this, have a nice working week or weekend. Make it a good retro one. Believe, as long as things are going to go to plan, that Play Expo Blackpool is due to take place. I've seen a few little flyers for it. I haven't booked my ticket yet. Well, I've tried to. but it's not guaranteed that it's going to go ahead 100%, is it? So who knows? Let's hope it does, and we can go to another retro event soon, because I miss them. There's been plenty of developments on the next side of things, and everything's going to plan and schedule. So, into bedtime. Once again, everybody take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.